Hi everyone and welcome back. So we're ready to start the class very shortly. I just wanted to remind you, if you'd like to practice with music, you find the link of the playlist that I'm using. I have it here in my ears. It's playlist number 11-45 minutes. It's on Spotify. So if you look down in the video description, you see there is a couple of things linked. One is the Spotify playlist. So just click on that and it starts the music. If you'd like to also support these videos and these classes through leaving a donation, in the same video description down there you find the link for donations. For today's class we will need 2 blocks, so ideally you have those ready just on the side of your mat. And once you are all set with your music, props and everything you need, start lying down on your back, and that's where we begin the class today. Right, so find a comfortable position on your back. It's up to you if you want your knees to be bent or your legs to be straight. Your arms can rest alongside the body. Your eyes can close. And give yourself just a moment to feel like your body has arrived. It's here, it's ready for your practice. And invite a couple of conscious breaths in through the nostrils and out of the nostrils to signal to your mind that you have arrived. And set an intention for today's practice. Let it be to be present, to be here, not just physically, but also to be here mentally. To pay attention to the sensations in the body, to pay attention to the breath. And then with your next exhale, go ahead and let the eyes open. Hug your right knee into the chest. You can use both hands around the front of your right knee and straighten the left leg to the floor. Have your left heel pressed into the floor, the left toes pointing to the ceiling. Then take a nice and long inhale. And as you exhale, squeeze your right knee a little bit more in towards your chest. Good. Slide the hands now to the back of your right leg. Inhale, straighten the right leg up to the ceiling. Use the hands to gently pull the leg in towards your torso. And relax your shoulders down, relax head and neck down. So just getting into a gentle hamstring stretch. You're pressing now your right heel up towards the ceiling, your right toes curl towards the face. And you're using the hands to just maybe move the leg a little bit closer, just so that you feel a little bit of lengthening action there into the back of the right leg. Then as you hold it here, one more big breath. Take a complete exhale. And then we prepare on the next inhale. And on the exhale, we lift head and shoulders off the ground nice and high, switching on the front of your abdomen. Good. With the hands, gently pull the leg in towards you and pulse it twice towards the face. Float the left heel, just hover it off the ground and then switch, keeping shoulder blades lifted. Lower the right leg so it's just hovering on to the floor, and then gently pulse the left leg in twice towards the chest and keep going side to side. So the extended leg, it's the one that's hovering on the floor, it's active. The other one also is nice and switched on. And as you pulse it in, you see if you can lift a little bit higher through your shoulder blades. We'll go for one more on the right, one more on the left. And then as you have your left leg in, keep it there. Release your right heel on the ground, release the head and the shoulders down. Good. Now pull the left leg in gently towards you, again until you feel the lengthening happening into the hamstrings on your left leg. And then press your left heel up towards the ceiling, curl the shin towards you. Take a nice and long breath. Complete exhalation. And then bend your left knee. Take the hands to the front of your left shin, left knee. Take a breath in. As you exhale, gently squeeze the left knee a little bit more into the chest. And then let your right knee follow, so both knees are into the chest. Slide the hands to the back of the knees, rock yourself a few times up and down the spine. Next time you rock up, stay up. and shift forwards into tabletop position. Once you arrive in your tabletop, spread the fingers wide, point your index fingers forwards, have the knees directly underneath your hips. And then as you inhale, arch the spine, open up the chest, look up. As you exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, tailbone tucks under. Now notice as you move into cat-cow, notice as you arch the spine, how you're gently stretching the front of your abdomen. And as you round the spine, how you are shortening the front of your abdomen. So do it a few more times. And now start to bring your attention to the pubic bone and the heart. And see how as you round the spine, your pubic bone moves to the heart moves to the pubic bone. And as you actually arch the spine, the opposite happens and there is a gentle stretch between the two. So take 2 more. One final time, exhaling. And then once you're ready, reset into a neutral spine. Straighten your right leg back behind you, right toes on the ground. Push the floor away with the hands and find a sense of almost rounding the upper back and just slightly shortening the space between the heart and the pubic bone. And then bring your left hand to your abdomen and pull the abdomen in and towards your back. And take the hands to your chest and pull your breastbone and the front ribs up towards the back body. Keep that, straighten your left arm forwards, float your right foot off the ground. And with your right heel, reach back behind you with the left fingers reach far in front of you. Continue pushing the floor away with the right hand. Hold it there, taking a nice and long inhale. A complete exhale. Good, we stay 2 more breaths. Do your best to breathe nice and long. Continuing to lift belly button into spine, chest up towards the back. And then go ahead and now release your left hand to the floor, right toes to the floor. Turn onto the sole of your right foot. Left foot spins a little bit behind you. Right arm lifts to the sky. And then from here, now reach your top hand high towards the ceiling. Imagine you want to touch the ceiling with your right middle finger. With the left hand, push the ground away. And now lift your right foot so it's parallel to the ground. Your right leg is parallel to the ground. Now, keep lifting your right leg nice and high until you feel that you're switching on your right side glutes. The outside of your right hip is engaged. Now, from there, lower your right leg just a little bit, about 30% of the way between where it was on the floor, and then lift your right leg as high as you can. And again, going down and going up. We'll go for 8 more repetitions. So a little bit down and then all the way up. Good for 7. Squeeze at the top. For 6, lift nice and high. You're moving slowly, you're moving with control, but you're lifting high. 5. For 4, 3, 2. On your next one, hold it there. As you hold it there, take your gaze up towards your right thumb. Lift and reach towards the ceiling. Holding here, 1 more nice and long inhale. Keep lifting that right leg. Exhale, gently bring it back to the floor, tabletop position. Inhale, arch into cow pose. Exhale, round into cat pose. And then reset into a neutral spine. And we work on the second side, left leg back. Push the floor away with the hands. Find that sense of slightly rounding the upper back, closing the space in the front body, pubic bone to heart, heart to pubic bone. And then take the right hand to the belly, pull it in and up. Take it to your chest, pull your chest and ribs in and up. Straighten your right arm forwards, your left foot floats. As you hold it here, be long. Long with your right hand reaching forwards, with your left foot reaching back. Steady the breathing and keep lifting the torso off, far and away from the ground. Couple of more breaths here. Notice how something simple like this, if you do it, adding on finer details, refining the pose, refining how we do it, can become so much more intense. Release your right hand to the floor. Left toes down, turn onto the sole of your right foot. Onto the sole of your left foot. Spin your right foot behind you. Left arm up. Take a nice and long inhale, stretch up to the ceiling with your top hand. Push the floor away with the bottom hand, and then float your left foot off the ground. As you hold it here, reach that top leg nice and high. You want to connect to the outside of your left hip and those left side glutes and switch them on. From where you are, you're going to lower your left leg just a little bit and then lift it high. And we'll go again for 9, 8. It's not about how many you do, it's about how well you do them. 7, 6, lift high. 5, 4, keep pushing the floor away with your right hand. 3, 2, prepare for the hold. For 1, lift as high as you can. Look up towards your left thumb, hold. Feel that space between the bottom ribs and the floor. Don't let it become any smaller. Keep lifting. Take another breath as you are. Exhale, reset back into tabletop position. Inhale, arch the spine, have your toes tucked under. Exhale, downward facing dog. A couple of breaths here in down dog. Take a nice and long inhale. Complete exhale. On your next inhale, roll into plank. And then in your plank position, pull pubic bone to heart, heart to pubic bone. Space out your shoulder blades. Create space between shoulder blades and spine. Press not just with your index and thumb, which is the part of the hand you want to load the most, but see if you can also press with your pinky fingers. And see as you press with your pinky fingers, if you feel that sense of sliding out of the shoulder blades a little bit more. Take another breath in your strong plank. Exhale, drop the knees. Now keep pubic bone to heart as you bend the elbows and nice and slowly lower hips and chest down at the same time. Half chaturanga. Inhale into a cobra pose. Feel the space between the heart and the pubic bone now stretch and open. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full breath in for down dog. Nice and long exhale. On your next inhale, bend the knees and look between the hands. Step or lightly jump to the front of your mat. Come up halfway, lengthen the spine. Exhale and fold all the way. Breathe in, reach to standing, lift up, look up. Breathe out the hands into prayer. Take a nice and long inhale, Tadasana. Complete with the exhale. Inhale, the arms overhead, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, fold forwards and down. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Hands to the mat, step the right foot back, right knee down. Breathe in, reach the arms overhead. Breathe out, interlace the fingers behind you. Squeeze the shoulder blades, open up the chest. As you open up chest and shoulders, draw the belly in, draw the front ribs in. Take another inhale. Empty the lungs. Inhaling the arms up. Exhaling, hands down for plank. Take a breath in, plank pose. Breathe out, either knees down or chaturanga. Slow action as you go down. Take a full inhale, cobra or up dog, engaging legs and glutes. Exhale, down dog. Steady breathing in down dog. Inhale your right leg to the sky. Exhale, right foot forwards, making no sound. Controlling the transition. Left knee down, breathe in the arms up. Interlace behind you, breathing out. Squeeze shoulder blades together, the hands move away from the lower back. Big inhale. Complete exhale. On your next inhale, reach the arms up. Hands to the floor, step forwards and fold. Lift and lengthen, inhale. Fold completely, exhale. Up to standing, inhale, lift and reach. Mountain pose, exhale. Second side, arms up, breathe in. Dive forwards and down, breathing out. Lift and lengthen, feel the space between hips and ribs. Hands down, step the left foot back, left knee down. Arms lift, inhale. Hold onto your left wrist using the opposite hand. Reach up towards the hands first and then press your right foot actively into the ground. Now squeeze your left side glutes and keeping that activation in your lower body, now side bend to the right. So your lower body doesn't actually move. It's grounded through the feet. It's active through the legs and the glutes. And we are side bending from the upper body. Just one inhale here. Come back to center. Release the hands. Step it into plank. Breathe in for plank. Breathe out, knees down or a straight line chaturanga. If you're unsure about cobra and up dog and what is the difference between the two, have a look at the tutorial I've created about cobra and up dog. I explain the difference in details. Take a full breath there. Nice and long exhale. Inhale, left leg up. Make the transition as light as you can. This also builds a lot of strength. How precise are you as you move? Inhale, lift the arms up. Hold onto your right wrist. Create stability in the lower body and then reach up through the hands. Side bend to the left. Breathing here. On your next inhale, lift the arms up. Hands to the floor, step into Uttanasana, exhale. Lift Ardha Uttanasana, inhale. Fold Uttanasana, exhale. Now lift to standing, reach up, look up. Tadasana, exhale. Take a little step back towards more like the middle of the mat. We need a little bit of space for the next transition. Lift the arms up, inhale. Dive forwards and down, exhale. Lift into Ardha Uttanasana, nice and high to switch on your back. And then place the hands to the ground, bend the knees deep. We're going into crow pose. Now, I'll show you a variation of crow that we can all do that doesn't involve balance, but it does switch on and activate all the muscles involved in the balance. So it's a really great preparation. So your hands, make sure they're not close to your feet. They're a big step forwards. That makes you lean forwards, and that is the action that you need to go into crow. Those of you who go into crow usually, go and stay for the next 5 breaths. Otherwise, bend the elbows, have your knees resting on your upper arms, shift forwards, and then look forwards. Don't look down. Now round your back, pubic bone to heart, heart to pubic bone. You're onto the tips of the toes. Your feet are pretty much lifted, but because your tip toes are on the ground, you don't need to worry about the balance. You can worry more about the shape. So squeeze the elbows in, round your back. Think of really shortening the front of the body, looking forwards, not down. Take another breath, and then we meet in plank. Take an inhale, plank pose. This time, exhale, lower to the ground and stay. Make a pillow with your hands. Open the elbows out to the sides. Rest the forehead on the hands. Take a breath in. Feet about hip distance apart. And then lift your feet and thighs off the ground. So it's like a half locust. Keep the head down and then swim your legs. One lift, one lowers. Do your best to lift the front of the thighs off the ground. Squeeze your glutes. Upper body relaxed, lower body switched on actively. Couple of more movements side to side. And then release your legs down. Rock the hips side to side, relax your lower back. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a breath in for your down dog. Nice and long exhalation. On your next inhale, right leg to sky. Look between the hands, lightly step your right foot forwards and come up into a high lunge. Ground the feet, lift the upper body. As you hold your high lunge, gaze straight ahead, draw the belly in. One more exhale. Now inhale, prepare. Exhale, warrior 2, lower the arms. Check the alignment in your warrior 2, front knee pointing in line with the front foot. Holding your warrior, look over your right middle finger. Steady the gaze and the breathing. Find a sense of gently drawing the abdomen, the front ribs in. Creating strength and stability through the lower body. One more inhalation. As you exhale, right forearm onto the right thigh. Right palm faces up. Left arm up and overhead, long, nice and long through the left side of the body. But also see as you press the right thigh away, can you be long through the right side of the waist and the right rib cage too. Hold it here. Take a nice and long inhale. Exhale, release the hands to the floor, stepping into plank. Take a breath in, plank pose. Exhale, either knees down or chaturanga, but come to the floor. And this time, option to go back to what we did earlier with the hands like a pillow, your elbows to the sides, or to add a little more intensity, stretch your arms forwards. Have your palms facing each other, the head down. Take a breath in, and then lift into locust from here. And as you lift into locust, we'll swim. So right arm up, left leg up, and then go side to side. You're looking down, your neck is long, your glutes are switched on, and we'll just go for a couple of more on each side, and then come all the way down. Release the head, release the hands. Cobra on the breath in, open up the chest. Down dog on the breath out. Steady breathing. Steady gaze between the feet. Inhale the left leg up. Lightly step the left foot forwards. Come up first into high lunge. Take a full breath, draw your ribs in, abdomen in. And then exhale, turn and ground your back foot, open out, warrior two. Gaze over your left middle finger. One more nice and long inhale. Complete exhale. Drop your left forearm onto the left thigh. Right arm up and over, side angle. In your side angle, challenge yourself. Can you be long through the left side of the waist and not collapse towards the front thigh, but lift away from it? Take another long inhale. As you exhale, release the hands. Step forwards into Uttanasana, close. Take an inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, reach up, stretch up. Exhale, Tadasana. Make sure you have a little bit of space as we are going back into our crow. Take a breath in, reach the arms up. A breath out, fold forwards and down. Lift halfway, lengthen. Hands to the mat, set up in the shape of crow. It doesn't matter if you go for the balance or if you stay with the feet down. I want you to shift forwards and make your feet feel light. So see if maybe you can just be onto the tips of your big toes. Maybe even lifting one foot, heel to bum. And then if that goes well, you lean forward slightly more. You hug your elbows in even more. You round your back. See if the other foot can lift. Couple of more breaths. Those of you who are in crow, stay in crow. Challenge yourself, stay a little longer maybe than you actually would want to. Take another breath, and then either step or jump into your plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower all the way to the ground. This time for our Sphinx position. Forearms parallel, palms pressed into the mat, open the chest. Take a long inhale, Sphinx. Exhale, start to roll your abdomen, pelvis and thighs off the ground. Shorten the space between the pubic bone and the heart. Feel your squeezing, your glutes squeezing, your legs activating, and your inner thighs moving towards each other. Take another breath as you are, and then really slowly roll your thighs down. Pelvis, abdomen down. Now, as you stay into Sphinx, can you feel that good stretch now of the front of your abdomen? The chest moving up, away from the pubic bone. Take another breath, Sphinx pose. Exhale, release to the ground. Hands under shoulders for Cobra. Down dog, exhaling. With this next flow, we will need the blocks. So take a full inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, right foot forwards, coming up high lunge first, but then warrior two straight away as we exhale. Good. Take your block, take it to the outside of your front foot. I like the block on a toe level for this one. So again, to straighten the front knee. Inhale, reach forwards with your right hand as far forwards as you can. And then lowering your right hand for the moment on the block. The left arm up to the ceiling. And then from here, you're actually not going to use the block, because what I want you to do is lift your left hand as high as you can towards the ceiling and make that shape into triangle, but just a little more active. So rather than sinking down, you're thinking of pulling up. Maybe you're just resting your fingertips on that block. As you hold it there, rotate the chest out to the left. Take another breath. And then take the left hand to your left hip, bend your right knee, look down. Now grab the block. Shorten the distance between the feet. Take the block forwards and a little bit to the right. As you look down, the block is underneath the shoulder. The left leg lifts into half moon. Now remember when we did this earlier at the beginning of the class, we were pulsing up and down. Now we're not pulsing, we're just lifting as high as we can. We turn the chest and the hips over to the left. We can lift the top hand. Looking down will give you more stability. Looking up will challenge that stability. 2 big breaths. Now, those of you who are looking up, I want you to look to the side and challenge yourself. Can you take that right hand away from the block and the 2 hands in prayer? Keep lifting the left leg as high off the ground as you can. 1 more breath, and then in slow motion, bend your right knee. We make our way into Warrior 2. The slower, the better. But also the slower, the harder. Come back, Warrior 2. Steady the breathing. Full exhalation. Windmill the arms down. Step it back into your plank. Take an inhale for plank. Exhale, come to the floor. Knees down, hips and chest down. Shift the forearms forwards for a Sphinx. Once you're back into your Sphinx position, open up the chest, look forwards. Start with a Sphinx roll up, lifting the abdomen, pelvis, and thighs. Active glutes, active inner thighs, pubic bone to heart. Now create an action of dragging your elbows towards your knees towards your elbows. Spread your upper back. Can you hold it there? 1 more inhale. And then as you exhale, slowly roll the thighs down. Pelvis and abdomen down. Look forwards, inhale. Open up that front body. Exhale, release down. Hands under shoulders, cobra. Downward dog, exhale. Full inhale, down dog. Complete exhale. Breathe in, lift the left leg up. Step the left foot forwards, high lunge. Ground the feet. Inhale, upper body lifts. Exhale, Warrior 2. As you arrive into your Warrior, grab the block. Take it to the outside of your front foot. Inhale there. Stay as you exhale. And then straighten the front knee. Breathe in, reach forwards with your left hand. Lower the hand to the block. Top hand to the ceiling, and then can you reach up with your right hand, squeeze your glutes to support you, and then those bottom fingers are just lightly touching the block maybe. Hold it there, lengthen the spine. Lengthen both sides of the waist. 1 final inhale. Right hand to the right hip, look down. Bend the left knee, shorten the space between the feet. Transitioning into half moon. You know your variations. You can go for what you did on the other side. Those of you who will want to go hands in prayer will do that for the last 2 breaths. For now, hand up towards the ceiling, maybe looking up. Top leg super engaged. Those toes on that top foot are active. There is energy all the way down to the little toes. Good. Those of you who are taking the hands in prayer, look over to the side and see if you can take both hands at the heart center. Lengthen out the spine. 1 more breath. And then we all go super slowly back into our Warrior. Breath in, Warrior 2. Breath out, windmill the arms. Step it back, plank pose. Take an inhale for plank. Exhale, lower to the ground. Move blocks away. Shift the forearms forwards. Sphinx, inhale. Stay as you exhale. This time we'll work into a side plank from our, we'll actually go first into a forearm plank and then into a side plank. So take a breath in. Start by rolling your pelvis, thighs off the ground. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, forearm plank. Now from here, Take your left hand a little bit towards your right hand. Have the feet at least hip distance apart. And then drop both heels to the left, right arm up. Squeeze the two thighs towards each other. Lift the bottom hip and waist as high off the mat as you can. And then bring it back, forearm plank. Find your alignment, don't rush it. Both heels over to the right, but first take the right hand a little bit to the left. Both heels to the right. Left arm up. One more breath. All the way back, forearm plank. Take an inhale. Drop the knees, thighs, pelvis, abdomen, look forwards. Breathe in, Sphinx. Breathe out, release. Hands under shoulders, cobra, inhaling. Sit on the heels, child's pose, exhaling. Steady the breathing. We will go back into one more standing sequence, just right and left, and then we take it to the ground. So take a breath in from child's pose. Exhale into downward dog. From your downward dog, breathe in, lift the right leg up. Step the right foot forwards, turn and ground your left heel for warrior one. And then take the two blocks, either side of your right foot. Inhale, lift the arms up, warrior one. Hold it here. Engage those left side glutes and press both feet actively into the ground. You're anchoring down the outside edge of your back foot, all the toes, both heels. You're lifting and gently drawing lower belly in towards the spine. One more inhale. One more exhale. Now fully straighten your right knee, reach forwards, keep the belly in, lengthen forwards with your hands, and then release the hands on the blocks. Now, nice and long spine, draw the belly in, move the pelvis back, the top of the head forwards, and then either stay up here or bend the elbows and start to fold towards your right shin. If you fold to the shin, maybe you can lower the blocks on a lower level and relax the head down. It is quite nice to also stay up. So if you prefer to stay up, that can feel really good. Remember, it's not really about going really deep or always taking the most intense expression of the pose. Sometimes it actually feels really good to hold back. And to work on something else, maybe working more on the breath, maybe working more on the alignment. Now let's all rebend the right knee. Move the blocks to the sides for a moment, arms up. Take the hands to the floor, step it back into a downward facing dog. Take a full breath in for down dog. Nice and long breath out. Now we'll stay a few more breaths in down dog, but I want to give you the option to also practice your dolphin pose if you like it. So even if you don't like it, just if you like the idea of working that position. So if you're going for dolphin, look between the hands and lower both elbows at the same time or one at a time. And then you can either stay with the forearms parallel to each other or interlace the fingers, your choice, but relax the head. You're not letting the head drop to the floor, you're keeping the head lifted. Now, as you work your dolphin to about this distance, if you haven't changed the position of your feet, you're probably working a little bit more the strength or actually the flexibility in your shoulders. If you start to walk your feet closer to your elbows, then you work a little bit more into your strength around your shoulders. So your choice. Feet back, probably working a little bit more of that flexibility around the shoulders, or feet closer to the elbows, working a little bit more at the strength in your shoulders. If you're not in dolphin, you're in down dog, or if you need a moment to rest, you're in child's pose. If you're still in dolphin, start to look towards your thumbs and see if you can lift both forearms off the ground if your forearms are parallel. Coming back into down dog, lift the left leg up. Step the left foot forwards. Set up for warrior one. Take the blocks to the sides of your front foot. Arms up, inhale. Hold your warrior one. Nice and active right side glutes. And a sense of really grounding down the outside edge of your back foot. A sense of lengthening the space in the right inner thigh and down the inside of your lower leg and into the arch of the foot. We're here, one more inhale. One more exhale. Fully straighten your front knee. Inhale, hinge forwards, lengthen the torso, lengthen the spine, and then release the hands to the blocks. Remember, you can stay up or you can fold forwards. If you fold, you can adjust the level of your blocks. If you stay up, hands on the tallest level of the blocks. Lower belly draws in, sides of the body lengthen. Good. We're here for 2 more breaths. Final inhale. And then let's rebend the left knee. Move the blocks over to the side. Warrior one. Inhale for warrior one. Exhale, hands to the ground. This is our final vinyasa. You can skip it and go straight into dog or take it and enjoy it. Your choice. From downward facing dog, bend the knees and look forward. Step or jump into a seated position. Extend the legs straight in front of you and then have your feet together, your legs together. Bend the right knee, bring the sole of the foot into the opposite inner thigh. Breathe in the right arm up, the right hand behind you. Press the floor away, open up the chest into a back bend. Nice and long inhale here. Exhale, bring it to the floor. Step the right foot over to the left. We'll go straight into our twist, wrapping the arm around the right knee, left arm around the right knee, and then rotating through the spine. The top of the skull lifts towards the ceiling, the sitting bones ground into the earth. One more breath here. As you exhale, untwist, come back to center. Wiggle the right foot over to the left so the knees are stacked. And then from here, we bend the bottom knee maybe. If you need to stay here because it's uncomfortable or it's painful to bend the bottom knee, you feel free to stay with the bottom leg straight. If you go bottom knee bends, then the feet are on the outside of the hips. We can rest the hands on the feet. We can close the eyes and bring the attention inside. It is likely that where you are, even though you're upright, you can already feel the stretch in the outside of the hips. But if you can't and you need to go a little bit further forwards to feel sensations, then start to hinge forwards a little bit. Wherever you choose to be, 3 more breaths, either upright or folding a little bit forwards. Now, those of you who are folding forward, start to come back up and then lean back with your hands behind you, straighten the legs in front of you. Give your legs a little shake out. And we go straight on the second side. Bend your left knee, sole of the foot into the opposite inner thigh. Inhale the left arm up. Left hand to the floor behind you, lift into your back bend. Nice and big inhale. Exhale, come to the floor. Step the left foot over to the right. Use the right arm around your left knee. Hug the knee and twist. One last inhale. Exhale gently back to center. Wiggle the left foot over to your right and then maybe stay up here. Maybe the bottom knee bends for Gomukhasana, cow face pose. So your choice, hands on feet, or maybe other than staying upright, you want to fold forwards and intensify a little bit the sensations in the outside of the hips. That is where you want to feel sensations. No pain in the knees. It's really happening in the outside of the hips. We worked those outer hips quite a bit today, especially as we were lifting the leg in half moon and our modified version of half moon on the floor. So they deserve a good stretch now. Lovely. Now if you're folding forward, start to lift yourself back up. Lean back with the hands, uncross the legs, shake them out. Shuffle to the very front of your mat with the heels at the front edge, feet together, squeeze the inner legs, interlace the fingers, palms face forward. Take a breath in. Nice and slowly roll your upper back down to the ground. Sorry, roll your middle back up, down to the ground. And then continue rolling all the way down until your head is on the floor. Bring the knees into the chest, squeeze them, rock them a little bit side to side. And we'll take just one final pose before relaxation. We'll go for our happy baby pose. Now, if happy baby doesn't really agree with you, you can go soles of the feet together, feet together, knees wide out to the sides and holding onto your ankles. Or if you are happy to go for the more traditional variation of the pose, knees point to the floor, soles of the feet face the ceiling. You're holding onto the sides of your feet. You might enjoy rocking side to side. That would be good. You might enjoy stillness at the center, your choice. Just the last 2 breaths. And then let's release all the way to the ground. Straighten the legs to the floor. Let the feet come apart and the toes drop to the sides. The arms rest alongside the body, the eyes close. Take a conscious breath in. As you breathe out, let the whole body sink into the ground. One more time, breathing in. Breathing out, let the weight of the body sink deeper into the ground. And as you allow a few moments of stillness to be the end of your practice, notice any residual sensations that come up from your practice. Maybe they are physical sensations in the muscles, but maybe there is just a sense of the energy and the breath moving differently in your body. Maybe what is the aftertaste is actually the effect on the mind and where it is and how it reacts to the stillness. Invite a deeper breath into the body. A longer exhalation. And then see if you'd like a full body stretch, or if you prefer to hug your knees in, curling into a little ball. Just anything that feels good before we come up. We eventually roll over onto one side and pause on the side for a breath. Using the hands to help, we start to come up into a seated position. And we settle with the hands in prayer, the eyes closed, the spine nice and tall. Take a conscious breath in, stretch the prayer up to the sky. And with the breath out, we bow down to the earth. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here and practicing together today. So if you enjoyed the video, click like, make sure you subscribe to the channel, maybe share the video with someone else who might enjoy this practice. Also, a reminder that you can find me on Zoom every week, 4 times a week, directly through myself, twice a week for a studio I teach for called Dig Me. All the information are on my website, and the link to my website is in the video description. So you can take a look, and I hope to see you on Zoom where I can actually see you as you practice. So otherwise, the next YouTube live is going to be in 2 weeks. And in the meantime, if you'd like to support these classes, remember you can leave a donation. And there is a link for donations in the video description, again, just right down below here. If you have any questions about anything, or if anything wasn't clear and you need support with your practice, feel free to get in touch and I'm happy to help. I'm also going to take a look at your messages if anything comes up in the chat, so I can reply to you straight away. Okay, well, lovely. Thank you. Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Tina, for your messages. Also, remember, these classes are here. They're going to be processed by YouTube and they're going to stay. So if you want to come back to this practice or anything we did in the past, you can always go back. And it's always interesting to go back to a practice you've already done, because it's an opportunity to continue to grow into that sequence and into the poses that you actually practice in that sequence. So yes, any other comment that comes up, I'm going to reply to you directly. One more thing, next Saturday I have a backbend workshop, which is going to be 2 hours. It doesn't require you to be a deep backbender or a very bendy person at all. It's all about understanding the dynamics in backbends, what needs to be open, what needs to be strengthened, and playing with a few variations that maybe in a class we don't have time to play with, looking at variations that may suit you specifically. So it's a small group workshop. You can book directly again through my website, or if you are on my newsletter, I sent out a newsletter this morning with a link to the backbend workshop. So have a look. Hope to see you again soon. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Take care.